You're listening to the Monday Night Community Show with Daniel on BRFM.
This is the Daniel Monday Night Community Show on demand through YouTube. Thank you very much for choosing to listen to us through this method. If you'd like to keep up to date with when I add new interviews, then subscribe to this channel. You're listening to the Monday Night Community Show with me, Daniel, on 95.6 BRFM. And now it's time to hear the interview I did over the telephone with the new Swale District Commander. I firstly asked him if he could introduce himself to us here at BRFM on the Monday Night Community Show.
Yes, hello everybody. I'm Chief Inspector Paul Anderson. And I'm the new Swale District Commander, having started last Monday.
So, to sort of introduce yourself to our listeners, what was you doing before you come to us here in Swale?
Okay, I've been in the police force now for around 25 years. I've worked in various disciplines, crime investigation, partnership working, and some work around major incident command. But most recently, I was the district commander for Dartford.
So what does the role entail? And I understand you're in a bit of a handover period with the old district commander here in Swale as well.
Yeah, I'm taking over from Chief Inspector Tony Henley, who was in Swale for some time. Did some really good things for the area, hoping to build on his success and obviously make a real difference to policing in Swale. For us, it's about putting the victim first. It's around giving them the support they deserve and really taking all possible efforts to identify those that commit crime and spoil the area for others by breaking the law.
Was there anything else you'd like to cover or get over to our listeners?
Yeah, in terms of crime figures, the most recently published ones show that there's a decline in overall crime in the Swale area, but we're not going to rest on our laurels based on those figures. We have had an increase in violence, which we're doing some work on. We're looking at domestic abuse support networks so that victims feel reassured and supported and have places to go and support from the various services involved. We're also looking at various antisocial behaviour campaigns, again, building on the work that Tony's already started. And as always, we work with our partners to increase or improve, rather, the quality of life for everybody that works in Swale.
So how are you finding it here in Swale, and is this sort of an area you're aware of? Is it completely new to you and it's quite a sort of a learning experience, getting used to it?
Well, I've never worked in Swale before in all the years I've been with Kent Police, but actually I have lived in Swale for near enough the last 25 years. And so I'm aware of the area, but not necessarily aware of the crime that goes on, or I'm certainly learning. In comparison to Dartford, it's a much bigger area. The geography is always a challenge for us because of the distances between the towns, and there are different crime types. It's different to effectively a bigger town as Dartford is, but then that's very, very enclosed and very urban. So there's some rural crime that's new to me, but I'm getting there fast, and there's some other challenges, as I said, for on the Isle of Sheppey, the Faversham and the rural element between Faversham and Sittingbourne that clearly I hadn't previously experienced. So yeah, a learning curve for me around those issues, but keen and enthusiastic to make a difference out there.
Well, if you're happy we've covered everything, I'd like to thank you very much for taking the time out to talk to our listeners.
Thank you, Daniel.